Welcome to this Word of Hope for Saturday, September 16th, 2023, 23rd week in Ordinary Time. I'm Father Luke. It's been a minute, but it's good to be back. I just got back from retreat just hours ago, and I wanted to share with you guys some of the insights that I thought was really great for today's gospel. There was one quote that I think, as a priest who sits in the confessional, thought hit it right on the money. It says, most Catholics don't want to do the will of God. They want to do their own will without seriously offending God. I think about this a lot too, and I think there's a question of trust here. I think there is a part of us that maybe doesn't trust God. We might say that we do, but I think there's a part of us that is afraid to follow all of God's commands, that it would lead us fundamentally to joy. I mean, Mother Teresa taught first, loving trust first, total surrender second, and then it leads to joy. But by not following God's commands, as the gospel is really saying, can be folly because we're in the end depriving ourselves of joy. But there is that bit of trust. Will this lead to ultimate happiness? And we like to have a little bit of control of that. But another sort of insight from the retreat, and I think this is also true, that might be hard to trust, is the hardest teaching of the Catholic Church, the hardest, is the unconditional love of God for us. It is the hardest for people to accept. And again, hearing in confessions, I think that's true. And that to trust that God's love will sustain us in all things, and so we don't totally abandon ourselves. We don't trust. So what will help us trust? The retreat master gave us a story of this sociology experiment that was put out there, where the examiners, they created an area where there were toys in the middle, and they had a bunch of kids with their mothers come and to see then who of the kids would go and just play. And they would look to their mothers, and their mothers would say, go on, go play. And so when all of the kids out there with their mothers, most of them, if not all of them, went and played. They repeated the experiment. This time they brought the kids with their fathers. And what they observed is that almost none of the kids went to the toys to play. They were always looking and a little bit off. What does this say? It's usually our mothers that learn to teach us to trust. And so we do have a mother. We have Mary. And if you're having difficulty trusting fully in God, maybe go to Mary, and she could help you go so that you could have the joy of being with her son. God bless.